The Florida Panthers are the best team in the Eastern Conference. They have so much talent up front, and Sam Reinhart is having a fantastic year and will most likely have the highest point total of his career. Going into the season, a lot of people thought the Panthers would fall back down to earth after that deep run to the Stanley Cup Finals where they eventually lost to the Vegas Golden Knights. Analysts and content creators alike doubted their ability to repeat that type of performance, but I had a very high opinion on the Panthers, especially after a deep playoff run. You gotta love the heart and soul of this team. I'm just saying, I'm not here for the Panther slander. I think they'll be doing far better than some people expect. The Panthers, with 56 games played, currently sit first in the Atlantic Division, first in the Eastern Conference, and second in the NHL, being 2 points behind the Vancouver Canucks, but with 2 games in hand. So what makes this team so damn good? Well, there's a few things. Verhaeghe, 30 goals on the season, 59 points. He'll easily hit that 40-goal plateau yet again. Sam Reinhart, as mentioned, is having a career year. And Matthew Tkachuk has 65 points in 56 games played. Barkov has 54 points in 50 games played. Your main stars up front for the Panthers are producing, and they're getting some good secondary scoring as well. Sam Bennett in 44 games played, 27 points. Anton Lundell continues his development, 52 games played, 24 points. Evan Rodriguez has 33 points in 56 games played. The top 6 of the Panthers is extremely good. And I'd also have to mention, they're pretty big as well. When you play the Florida Panthers, they are an imposing force. And whether you hate Matthew Tkachuk or not, he has a grit to his game that you really like to see. Now, the offense isn't perfect. Outside of the star players, you probably want a little bit more from Nick Cousins and Listerainen, but with how much star power they have up front, the Panthers aren't depending on them to contribute offensively, as long as they play responsible two-way hockey. Where this team shines, in my opinion, is the defense. Forsling and Ekblad have been tremendous for Florida. They brought in Mikkola, who has fit in really nicely. Brandon Montour has missed some time this season, but seems to be rounding into form. He was tremendous last season and also during that Stanley Cup final run. And OEL and Kulikov are a solid bottom pairing. The smallest guy they have on defense is Forsling at 6 feet, 186 pounds. They don't have Gudis back there anymore, but they have some size and toughness to them regardless. So you have your stars producing up front, your decor is really solid, but you're nothing without good goaltending. The one worry I did have about Florida, would Bobrovsky show up in the regular season? And he really has. 41 games played, 2.40 goals against average, and .915 save percentage. He has filled the role as a #1 starter admirably. And yes, he's making $10 million per year, but Bob at times can have really bad regular seasons, but as we found out last season, when he gets hot, he virtually becomes a brick wall. And I thought going into the year, Spencer Knight would be the backup, he would regain his footing and continue his development to eventually become the franchise goaltender for the Panthers. But he was sent down and Anthony Stolarz was brought in, the 6'6", 240-pound goaltender, and he has been amazing in that backup role. 17 games played, a 1.97 goals against average, a .926 save percentage. When he gets into the games, he's extremely efficient and is exactly what you need from a backup goaltender. And being in the minors, getting more games is probably better for Knight's development anyhow. So do the Florida Panthers have the ability to keep this going? Well, they're currently 9-1 in their last 10, riding a 6-game winning streak. I have to say, this is not a fluke. Yes, they scraped by and barely got into the playoffs last season. But from the playoffs of last year to this point of this season, they have continued to show everybody that they are for real. And let's also not forget, the season prior to last, the Panthers were one of the best teams in the NHL as well. That Stanley Cup final run gave these boys a lot of confidence and a lot of experience. This is not a team you're going to want to play in a 7-game series. They're big, they're tough, they can score, they can defend. When their goaltender gets locked in, he's one of the best in the world. Yeah, I think the Florida Panthers are for real, and people should consider them a threat to come out of the Eastern Conference yet again. I'd like to know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Do you believe the Florida Panthers are the best team in the Eastern Conference? And could they make another deep playoff run and possibly win themselves a Stanley Cup championship? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you in the next one.